66 Soul Not For Sale podcast. Let's get right into it. Joe Rogan, Duncan Trussell, and have you heard of the biggest moron in the world? Well, let me introduce you to him. He's a gentleman who got in a plane, flew it while filming it all, jumped out of the plane because he was acting like his engine stalled, and crashed that plane, all for a good cause. YouTube views. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest moron in the world. Absolutely no regard for human life. Absolutely did not care who he hurt at all. And all that mattered was him getting more subscribers. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to play Joe Rogan talking about this gentleman, and then I'm actually going to play the story for you guys so you guys get a full picture. So you can hear Joe Rogan talk about it with Duncan Trussell. Then you're going to hear some newscasters actually talking about it. And spoiler alert, the gentleman's facing 20 years in jail because of this. He is an idiot. So dumb. So dumb. As always, CoachColin.com. Hit it up. We got shirts. Let me go back for a second. We got shirts like this, Soul Not For Sale shirts. They're absolutely amazing. That store name again is CoachColin.com. I am CoachColin.com. How did I get that wrong? I am CoachColin.com. And if you want 10% off of anything on this website that we got going on right here, this is one of the designs. All you have to do is put in I am Coach Colin, just like it's written right there. I am Coach Colin at the top of the screen. You put that in with no spaces, all capital letters, all one word, one L in the Colin, and you can get yourself 10% off of anything that you see in that store. Big purchases, small purchases, and if you've done that already, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are much appreciated. Now let's get into this clip. Let me just switch over here, flim this over here, and let's get going. We're spotting here. Here we go.
Crashed his plane on purpose for YouTube views.
Yes.
Like he jumped out of the plane
Hiked
and like let it fucking crash
for views.
for views.
I mean, I guess when you're doing the math and you think
He
how
admits
much
to deliberately crashing plane to get YouTube views. So like, this guy just jumped out of a fucking plane. So like, who knows whose kid that fucking plane is gonna slam into?
Yeah.
Imagine you're hiking with your family. This is amazing, beautiful
I love
mountains.
you so much.
And you get hit in the face by a plane.
By a plane that was like flown by a YouTube influencer.
Why would, I mean, you just ruined that plane too.
Well, I think the calculation is he knows the number of views he's going to get on YouTube will generate more money than the plane was worth. So there's a profit there. Like whatever he paid for the plane is probably less than what he'll make from YouTube from that video.
And he got video footage of the plane crash. So he had a camera on the plane.
It is so crazy we could do this now, that we can convert our lives into money. It's so crazy. You could like just film yourself doing shit and then like maybe make so much money off of like just stuff that, normal stuff.
So was this guy trying to say that the plane crash happened with him in it? Was he trying to like fake that? And they had to hike out? Is that what he's doing?
No.
Or did he like let people know that he jumped out of the plane
All right, here's
and
what
filmed that?
He said
for
it was
the
an
viewers?
accident.
that actually happened in 2021,
Oh.
and they just found out about the whole investigation happened.
It's cool, man. There's videos of pilots watching the video and like making commentary on why it's suspicious, because like apparently you look at the plane and there's stuff that should be in a plane that's not in a plane, like expensive stuff.
Yeah, he said it's just like he was acting like the engine went out and he had to bail.
Oh.
But he also then went and knew where it crashed and snuck back in and pulled the wreckage out before like the FAA could go and investigate.
He pulled the wreckage out?
Right
Yeah.
here. He says they told him to preserve the wreckage. He said he waited 2 days to report the crash. I think he had already gone to tow it out of there or something like that.
Huh. More than 2 weeks after the crash, he had a friend and flew a helicopter to the crash site and airlifted the wreckage to Rancho Sisquoc in Santa Barbara County, where it was loaded onto a trailer attached to Jacob's pickup truck. Whoa.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, he unloaded it in a hangar, drove the wreckage to an airport. He then cut up and destroyed the airplane wreckage and, over the course of a few days, deposited the attached parts of the wrecked airplane into trash bins in the airport and elsewhere. Wow.
3 million views off of that.
Yeah. It's super normal to be just chopping an airplane up and putting it in trash bins all over the airport.
Think of like your
Super
inner
normal.
dialogue as you're depositing your plane
What
wreckage.
would you do to a body? That sounds like sounds like he's doing to a body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was. He was just trying to like it's such a complex way to get YouTube views. Like it's
It worked though.
it worked.
But now he's gonna go to jail.
Yeah, for maybe a long time. Like
Really?
yeah, like I think so.
20 years he faces in federal prison.
Holy shit. 20 years for a stupid YouTube stunt.
And a penalty of up to $1,644 for each day he did not return something.
I mean, we do
Maybe
need
a
strict
certificate.
penalties
For sure.
to keep people from just like dropping planes out of the sky on us. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to set an example for a guy like that. And that guy could,
dude,
I mean, who knows where that plane was. What happens if that plane catches wind?
that's so wild. Like
Flies into someone's house, and then the guy's a mass murderer.
when they were making YouTube in the early days, I don't think they ever thought that like there would be plane crashes because of their technology. I don't think they ever thought like this thing is going to like influence
Right.
society and just destroy lives. People are going to ruin their lives for views on this thing.
Imagine that guy had to plot out where the plane was going to crash, too. Because he had to be jumping high enough where you can jump. I don't know what that threshold is, but you got to be pretty high up there where you can jump and then film yourself before you even pull the parachute, right? So he's filming himself.
Yeah, I mean, it was a plan. Like he thought
So
about
that
this
fucking plane is way up there.
way up.
And that sucker's, how long do you think it flies for? If you really do, he could have killed people.
Easily.
100%.
I mean, the assumption is no one's going to be out there, but I mean, that's a huge assumption.
Such a huge assumption. You could hit another plane. You could do. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah.
You're way up there, and you're bailing out while it's way up there. So it has to be up there enough where you could jump out. How high was it when he jumped out? Does it say?
I'm looking for more details. He said he was trying to get a sponsorship deal.
With who? BetterHelp? Who was the sponsorship
I
with?
can almost figure it out, so I'll just let people look that up. You can kind of guess. It doesn't say the name of it, though, but
What do you mean you can kind of guess?
it says it's a wallet company.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. He's trying to get a sponsorship.
To BetterHelp. That's hilarious. That'd be a great idea. Man, you know what's funny? The guy's actually an Olympian. He's an Olympic snowboarder as well. And it's just so crazy what people are willing to do for views. Like, wow. And my first month monetized, I got 2.5 million views. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it to crash a plane and potentially go to jail. Not worth it. You're not getting $50,000 for 2 million. You're not getting anything near that. Nothing even close to that. Like, what on earth was this guy thinking? So ridiculous. Crazy. Now, let me play the other story for you so you get a better breakdown of all this. Let's go over here real quick. Let's play this clip now.
Holy I'm over the mountains and I had an exit out.
A YouTuber pleads guilty to federal obstruction charges after staging a plane crash and posting the video online in an attempt to promote his channel. Trevor Jacobs shot the video in 2021. It shows him parachuting to safety over the mountains of the Los Padres National Forest near Santa Barbara.
He then lied to FAA investigators about the cause of the crash and the location of the wreckage. Chris Wolf live with more on the stunt that could land that 29-year-old in federal prison. Chris.
That's right, Micah and Cher. Seems that people are constantly pushing the limits to grab eyeballs on social media, but crashing an airplane on purpose? Well, the young man behind this stunt may not be smiling now. He is facing several years in prison. Talk about dramatic, a plane crash caught on camera. Actually, multiple cameras inside the aircraft and outside the aircraft and in the pilot's hand. 29-year-old Trevor Jacob documented his terrifying near-death experience in 2021 when the engine failed and his small plane crashed into a Santa Barbara County hillside.
Look at this idiot. Wow.
The video, titled "I Crashed My Airplane," posted on YouTube, went viral. Viewers watched the plane slam into brush in the Los Padres National Forest, and a parachuting Jacob eventually land and hike to safety.
I guess I should probably document what's going on. I cut my finger pretty bad, got my elbow. I'm just so happy to be alive.
But in true Hollywood fashion, it was all scripted, an elaborate stunt.
Taking in what just happened. Well, where the hell am I gonna land a freaking plane? I'm gonna die. That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute. No phone service.
This week, long after surviving in the wilderness, Jacob pleaded guilty to a felony charge of obstructing a federal investigation after admitting to intentionally crashing the Taylorcraft BL-65 to get views on his YouTube channel. A plea agreement reveals he had sponsorship from a company that sold various products, which he would promote. The scheming social media personality lied to federal investigators trying to locate the wreckage and recruited a friend to help him get rid of the mangled metal in the mountains, according to the Justice Department.
Oh my gosh, dude. I have no idea where I am.
But he knows where he may be heading, federal prison for up to 20 years. Incidentally,
20.
That video is still on YouTube, reaching nearly 3 million views.
3 million views. So not worth it. So not worth it. He's touching maybe he got $10,000. Maybe. And he has to pay fines, and he has to pay for a lawyer, and he's probably going to jail for at least 5 years. Facing up to 20 means he could get 5 years. Maybe be out, good behavior, 2.5 years. Maybe. Because this was all too premeditated. He planned all this out. So crazy. What he should have done like a Mr. Beast type of thing. You just call the parks and get a certain patch of land, like, you know, a huge, like, close the park down, something. I don't know. But it definitely wasn't worth it. Such a dumb stunt. Crazy. But that's him. That's the gentleman, 29 years old, going on probably 30 almost now, facing up to 20 years because of YouTube. There's way too many people doing wild stuff like that. Doing wild stuff. Unbelievable. Let me know what you think in the comments of this gentleman. Let me know if you would have done the same thing when you were his age. Or maybe you're younger than him if you're considering doing the same thing. Yeah, out yourself now so you can be in the running for biggest moron in the world. Absolutely ridiculous. Like the video, it helps so much. You have no idea how much it helps. Boost us out of the shadow realm, please. Guys who are crashing, don't make me become one of these guys that's going to crash my own plane. You don't like this video, I will go buy a plane and I will jump out of it to safety. I will crash it. You know, don't tempt us YouTubers. We're out of control. Kidding, of course. Anyways, other than that, I am out.